I've been working on organizing my garage, trying to get everything back up to snuff. And I noticed something on my garage door while I was out here messing around. Here, I'll show you. The seal on the garage door is pretty old. It's not really rubbery anymore. So I was going to change it anyway, but I noticed it was getting water in the one side all the time, and that would be why. There's a big chunk missing out of it. The nice thing about that is I can show you how they work. They've got little channels where the stuff slides into it. So I'm going to change this, and hopefully that'll get rid of the water issue and make it a little warmer, because it's starting to get cold out here now, and any kind of warmth is good. I hate the cold. To get this out, I'm going to probably just take a screwdriver and just pry it out of there. We'll try that first and see how that goes. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Better cut it out. Apparently you can slide this out. Good idea on that. Cutting it made it easier anyway, but now I got one little piece I still got to slide out of there. Got it. Here's a little better shot of that. You can see where the two little ends slide in these grooves. The one I bought had a new one of these channels, and it doesn't look like I need to replace that, so I could have saved myself a couple of bucks, but I figured if I had everything at the time, that would be better. So let's pull out the new seal and see what happens. So the kit that I bought came with these here, and they're little sections of stuff. I'm gonna leave the old one on there. Here is the new seal. So this seal has a little rib in the middle, so that's got more of a cushion to it, where the old one did not. So I'm hoping that this goes in easy and no torment. But we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna start on this end over here and go from there. So this goes a little easier. I'm gonna lube everything up with some soap and water. That other side's a little bit tight. We're gonna try this end. I got more room since I cleaned this out. All right, with the sun, it's kind of hard to see, but right in here, yeah, it's really hard to get that seal in because this bracket's in the way. So I'm going to take my trusty Dremel and kind of cut a little groove in it. That way I'm not relieving tension on this. You can't even hardly see that, but there's a wire that's right here. I don't want to relieve the tension on that wire. Okay, after bitching and moaning and whatever else, it's finally in. This is a little bit long, so I gotta take and chop it off right here. Alright, after screwing around with my door opener for about 15 times, this seal's quite a bit thicker. So it kept kicking back up, but I got it fixed. Next thing is going to be changing these brackets out. I've got some brackets that have some springs in them to keep the door up against the wall, so it seals really good on the outside. Mine isn't bad. I mean, there's really not any air coming through here, but when the wind blows, every door moves a little bit, right? So I'm going to replace these. I'll show you how those are done. And we're also going to put new rollers in, because these are a little worn and they're pretty old. Here's my green hinges. We're going to put those on. Certain instructions here. Looks like the bottom ones are marked with a 1, so you start at the bottom and go up. And yes, they are. There's 1, there's 2, and 3. When they say the bottom, they're not talking about the very bottom, though. It says right there, do not remove the bottom bracket. They're talking about the hinge between panel 1 and panel 2. That's the first one, the one that's labeled number 1. Then number 2, then number 3. It even says on the bottom of my garage door, this thing's under severe tension, don't take it off. If not properly handled, bracket can spring out and hit someone, which could result in severe injury or death. Do not remove that lower bracket. You want to go up to the second panel, so bottom of the door, second panel. There's one that's already installed. That's the one you want to start with. And it has the number 1 on the bottom there. So we're going to do this right hand hinge first. So you're going to take these out, pull that hinge off, and replace it with the new one. Here's a comparison between the two. I also bought new rollers, and these go in the second thing, not in the first one here, but in the second one. You can see that my rollers have been on there a while. These are a lot wore down, so this should be a lot nicer. And the next one. They don't have a replacement top hinge. I'm just going to replace the roller up here. Okay, this side's done. Now I just need to do the other side. And that's a little tighter, so I'm probably not going to film that because I can't get in there. I'll come back when I'm done. So I've changed out all the hinges and all the rollers except for this bottom one down here. Those are under some pretty heavy tension. There's wire that's right here. You can see that wiggling. You take that hinge off of there and it'll probably rip your face off. So we're going to do that one a little bit different. Okay, so the best thing to do on those bottom rollers, from what I'm seeing, is to come to where the track separates right here and come down a couple inches and then bend this track out. So I'm gonna need both hands for that. My elbow's a little screwed up right now, so I'm gonna take these vice grips, bend this out, then I'll come back in. All right, you can see where I bent that out. I'm gonna open the door, get it in this position where that lower roller's right here, then I'll kind of pop the door out and we'll get that roller out and put it back in. This might need to come out a little more. I'm hoping I can just pop that over. Just enough to get that door back out of the way. Not crazy. Yeah, a little more, huh? Well, that is under some pretty good tension. Okay, there we go. And we'll put our new one in. Shove that sucker back over. Alright, that guy's in. Now we don't want to leave this big thing in the track like that. So I'm going to put it back down and we'll take and bend this back over. We're just going to take and bend this back. That's all back where it should be. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to do the other side, then I'll come back in and we'll see how the door works. The other side is done. I still have a face, so let's see how it turned out. can't say it's really any quieter, but it's definitely keeping the door up against the seal. And you pull on this, it does not move. So it's definitely keeping that tight. The top's still a little loosey-goosey, but the rest of the door is super, super tight. But I'm still not losing anything. It's still up against the seal even at the top. I can't feel any air even when I pull back on it. But like right here, you can't hardly move that with that spring. The way it puts tension right here on this roller and kind of pushes it this way. So it's pretty stout. I think these are cool. That's my garage door tune-up. We got our hinges put on. Check those out. There's a link in the description below. Also put new rollers on and put a new seal on the bottom of the door. My heater's not kicking on near as much. I'm really liking that. It'll probably be a minute before I do some more car content because I've got my garage ripped apart, kind of. There'll be a video on that. It's a mess. I am an Amazon affiliate. It doesn't cost you any extra if you use the link, but they kick me back half a penny for every $1 million that you spend. It's worth it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.